So for importing lists, I'm going to show you two different things that might happen depending on your situation. One is, what if you have set up Feedburner in connection with your blog, and you want to be able to get those email subscribers out of Feedburner and into something that gives you more opportunity and customization into MailChimp, basically. And this is a process I went through myself after using Feedburner to serve up my blog via email for many years. So I had a lot of people in this system, hundreds, that I needed to get over to MailChimp. So I have a client who has to make this transition, and I'm helping her out on the tech side in exchange for using her as a guinea pig here to show you how this is done. Her blog is called After the Altar Call, and you'll see I've just logged into her account. We're at Feedburner, it's a Google property, so you'll be using your Google account. Now, before I go any further, you might kind of ask yourself, do I have Feedburner subscribers? And you'll know if you simply go to feedburner.com, if you log in with your Google credentials or whatever credentials you think you might have used, and then you'll come to this dashboard and it will show you if you have a feed in Feedburner, how many subscribers you have. And so you'll see right here, we've got 32 in the bucket that we want to get out. And the thing is, here's the confusing thing about Feedburner. You could have RSS subscribers, email subscribers, or both. And you're only going to be able to use the email people. You're not going to be able to use the RSS people. They haven't given you your email. So let's click on this, and we'll go to our dashboard here. You'll see there are the subscribers stated again. And click on See More About Your Subscribers. And then we'll see yet another dashboard, and we're going to click here on Feedburner email subscriptions. You'll see that's under email subscription services. This particular client of mine does not have an RSS feed, so it's actually rare for all the subscribers to be email. Most of them are typically RSS, but in this case we've got all email. So I'm going to click on that, and then click on Manage Your Email Subscriber List. And now we finally get to all of the emails. And these are all people who at this author's site had all said, yes, I would like to receive email alerts when new blog posts go up. So now you'll notice, look at the dates here. We've got stuff going back to 2008. Presumably, these people are still, receiving the emails. They haven't bounced off the list, although we do have some unverifieds. We're just going to take them all. It's not that big of a number, and the way we do that is we just export as a CSV. And so now we've got this CSV file that's going to be ready for us to import into MailChimp. So I'm going to switch over to her MailChimp account. I'm now in the lists section. I'm going to create a new list. I want her to be able to see which ones I pulled, and then she can decide later if she wants to just integrate them into her main list. So create list, and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this Feedburner subscribers, so she knows. Let's see, I'm going to put this as her email address, Jacqueline after thealtarcall.com. Make this from her. And of course, if you remember when we went over the creating a list, you can always change these for each individual email if you want to customize it later on. You subscribed at my website to receive notification of new blog posts. Okay, and so we're going to leave this unchecked for now. I'm going to save. And now we can import. So you go to Add Subscribers, Import Subscribers. And we now have all of these options. And I have a CSV file. That's what Feedburner gave me. And then I can upload that. And there it is. And we're going to import email addresses as subscribed and upload list. And that's pretty much the setting you're going to use for everyone unless, for some strange reason, you're uploading unsubscribed people. Okay, so it's going to give us a preview of the information it's pulling in. So we've got email address. Yes, that's correct. Those match up. Save. We also got when they subscribed. So we can go to the opt-in time here if we want to retain that information. Save. And then this is actually data we don't need. This is part of the Feedburner system. We don't want this. We're just going to skip it. Okay, so it says, hooray, we've matched all the columns, complete import. And then things will start filtering in. 3 emails subscribed, 1 email had syntax errors, 1 email was invalid. They don't allow role-based addresses. Role-based addresses is something like info at, admin at, email at, things that are known to be like not a real person. So MailChimp doesn't like those, so it filters those out immediately. But we got 43 emails out of that. I can't remember now what our original, 44 was the original number. We got 43. That's really nice. And there they are. And we can see that they were added on this particular date. If we go back to our lists dashboard and we go to our stats, we'll see that we've got 43 subscribed. And once we start to email to this list, all of these stats will start populating. So that's how you import from a Feedburner account. The next common importation strategy I'd like to show you has to do with WordPress. So if you've ever used WordPress.com, then you probably know that there's the capability for people to follow your blog or subscribe to it via email through the WordPress.com interface. So this often presents a problem for people who then switch to self-hosting. They don't want to lose all of the followers that they gained through the .com area. So what I'm going to show you are 2 important things related to this. You don't have to lose the people you gathered. What you need to do is go into your WordPress.com site into the back end. And right now we're looking at my dashboard at janefriedman.wordpress.com. This isn't my real site. It's just a demo site that I use for webinars and for times like this, frankly. So you'll see that despite it not being my real site, I still have followers associated with it. And you can find those followers by simply clicking on Site Stats in the left-hand column. And then if you go down here to totals, followers, and shares, and you click on followers for the blog, if you click on that, you'll then come up with this beautiful list of the people who are following you. Now, you can migrate these followers to your new site. And the way to do that is by going to a different page. You can't do it from here, which is frustrating. But if you go to your site settings, this is if you kind of back out of WordPress. I'm in kind of the overview of all of my WordPress.com activity. If you'll see it, this is the current site I'm on, this non-site. If I go to switch site, and I actually select my real janefriedman.com site right here, I can migrate those followers. See right there. But I can only do this if I actually have the WordPress Jetpack plugin installed at janefriedman.com, which I do. So, if this is already all over your head, it might be because this doesn't apply to you. But in any case, just to try and ground us, we're in the WordPress.com My Sites navigation field, going to Settings, going to Migrate Followers, so that we can preserve my Jane Friedman WordPress.com people and get them over to my actual site. So let's click on Migrate Followers and see Move Followers, and I can select which site I want to migrate from. I actually have several, so I'm going to pick that one, and then I click on Migrate. Are you sure you want to migrate? Yes. So let's migrate them. And it says your follower migration has been queued. You'll receive an email to indicate when it starts and finishes. So I'm done. That's all it took. Now, those aren't email followers, but I wanted to let you see that because there are 2 pieces to this. Maybe in time, those followers will become email subscribers. So I'm going to leave that one. And then there's this, don't forget, they won't make it totally clear. These are the WordPress.com followers that I just migrated, but there are also these email-only followers. Let's click on that. Oh, it shows me there are no followers to display because they just already migrated them all over. So if I go over to my main site, I can actually take a look. Okay, so I've just flipped over to my actual site. You can see that reflected here in janefriedman.com. And I'm now back in my site's stats area under the Jetpack plugin. And if I click on followers under here, I can take a look. And there is my email-only follower. This fellow, you see I've got his email address in hand. I could download them all in this CSV file and then take them over to MailChimp, just as I did with Feedburner. The WordPress.com followers, again, just to emphasize, these are people following within the structure of WordPress.com. I'm not going to see their email addresses. I'm only going to see their WordPress usernames and sites. So I hope that helps indicate the two prominent places you might end up doing an import from, either a Feedburner account, if you have one, a WordPress account. If you're importing from places like your Google contact list or your email software, it's going to depend on your accounts there, whether or not you would want to import that into MailChimp. In many cases, you don't want to because those people haven't given you permission. But in WordPress and Feedburner, these people have already said, yes, I want to be contacted, and it's often through email, about your new content. So they're more fair game than, say, scraping your email service for subscribers.